what was I saying? Right. I'm trying to make a, so anyway, so hi guys. So I wanted to do a 24-hour readathon this weekend. I wanted to go from tonight, this Friday, into Saturday because I'm off today, tomorrow, and Sunday, and then I'm back to work on Monday, so that gives me Sunday to sort of recover from all the reading. But because I do still feel like I'm under the weather, like I feel better, but I mean, if you watch my weekly reading vlog that's going to be up hopefully before this, you'll know that like I have felt like pretty shitty all week. I don't really think that I'll be able to stay up for 24 hours. I think I'm gonna need to sleep. So I'm really just gonna kind of turn this more into like a weekend readathon, power through a lot of books. This weekend I want to try to finish 3 books, and maybe start a 4th. We don't know. That's a mystery. But obviously it's still Friday, so I'm still reading this book. So I ended on this book in the vlog, and I'm gonna start with this book on this reading vlog. So The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Last time I had updated you, it was at like 130 pages. So that's where we're going to start for tonight, so I can finish this book. I decided to do Infinity Sun. I tried to pick like a few sort of quicker reads or smaller reads. So this is the special cover that came with the bookish box. It's really beautiful. And then this is the regular cover, and it is signed. So there's a lot of fantasy. I got like 2 fantasy and then my Evelyn Hugo. Why do I always want to hold up an extra finger? It's 2 fantasy. I figure I'll try this. I've never read any Adam Silvera. I know that a lot of people like him. He's pretty popular. I've heard that he's very good at like writing about New York City. We'll see how I like this. I do like fantasy. It did sound really interesting. Yeah, I tried to read this when it came out, and it was my book of the month. It was like one of my first book of the months, like maybe my 2nd or 3rd book of the month that I ever got. And I just never got into it. I made it like maybe, I already took my bookmark out, but I think I made it like 20 pages, and I just could not read this book. And I don't know if I wasn't connecting because I just didn't connect with the story, or if it was because I just wasn't in the right headspace for it. But and then I've never been compelled to pick it up again. For whatever reason, I've just never been compelled to pick this up again. But then I was watching another booktuber, and she was going on about how much she loved this book and how badass these 3 female characters are and how good it is and all this stuff. So I said, you know what, let me put my library had the audiobook on Libby, and I put it on hold, and it just came through. So I figured I also have that to lean back on in case maybe I don't like the written version. Maybe I'll like the audiobook version. I don't know, but that's Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. And I think this is kind of like a retelling fantasy of, oh shoot, I can't remember. Who's the one who spins the gold? That one, whatever that one is. I can't remember. Not feeling well. Bring no worky. But anyway, so you've got like 3 main female characters who are supposed to be kind of really crazy and badass, but not like crazy, but like crazy badass, like amazingly badass. We're gonna see. I think it's sort of set in like Russian-y stuff, and I like Russian-y stuff. So like I remember when I picked this out, it just sounded like something I was gonna like, but for whatever reason, I just didn't connect. So I'm hoping that this weekend I'll connect. So this is my longer, beefier pick of the weekend, but it's only 466 pages, so I've definitely read beefier in a weekend, but maybe not with 2 other books. So yep, that's the goal. I'm gonna start reading. I'll check back in when I have something to say, or when there's a progress update, and hopefully this isn't a terribly boring video for you guys to watch whenever the hell I finish it. I need to be comfy. It's time to find leggings. I'll check back in later. Okay, so I've just been talking to a camera that's not on for like 5 minutes. Anyway, it's just after midnight. I've just finished the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and it is so stinking good. And I kept saying in my weekly vlog that I wasn't sure if this was going to be a 5-star read, because I mean, it was like interesting, blah, blah. This was such a good read. I mean, I don't think it's like, I don't know. I don't think that it's like the most unforgettable book. I don't think I would ever read it again. I don't think that, like, what do I think about this? It's after midnight. I think that this is an important book. I think it's beautifully written. It's compelling. It's, you just have to devour it. I think some of it's a little bit like predictable in terms of, you know, the twists, if you want to call them twists. But it's an important book. It highlights a lot of really important things. I'm trying not to like spoil anything for anybody who might not really know this, but there's a lot of basically LGBTQ sort of stuff discussed throughout the book, and there's a lot of really important things that get discussed in this that are hopefully changing. I know that they've changed dramatically from the time periods that this is set in to today, but hopefully it continues to improve. So it's just a very interesting and compelling story. I clearly cannot formulate, you know, thought. So I'm gonna turn the light off and I'm gonna go to bed because it is, like I said, after midnight. The winds are howling outside. It would be really interesting if you guys could hear that because it's actually really bad. But yeah, I think this is a 5-star read, which makes me happy because that's a good start to the weekend. But I've had at least one person tell me they don't like Infinity Sun, and which I think I was going to read next because it's the shortest of the two I have. And then I know that I didn't like Spinning Silver when I first tried to read it. So I'm nervous. I'm nervous about how the rest of this week will go. Anyway, I'm going to bed. Hopefully tomorrow is as good of a reading day as today was. I'll see you in the morning after I've had some coffee and I'm a little more alert and we can start my day. Good morning. I don't know why I'm jumping because I'm not really that excited, but I actually got a good night's sleep last night, so maybe I'm a little bit excited. So yeah, I finished one book, Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, down. Good, loved it. What is this? I don't know. I need more coffee. But it's time for the next book, which is good old Infinity Sun. I do hope I like this. You don't know. I don't know why. When I got it, I thought it was gonna be really good, and then I read some things after I got it, and that's why you should read things and you should formulate your own opinions because it's making me wary of this. But it might be amazing. So we're gonna see. But the dogs are walked. I have coffee and my beautiful Harry Potter mug that I won off of Instagram from Book Rock Betty, something like that. I'll put her tag down. She's really great. Amazing post. She has this Mr. Darcy pillow that I covet like nobody's business. I covet it so bad. Cover it. I would love to cover it. I'd love to cover it, put it in a bag, and run out of her house with it. But I don't really know her in real life, so. Anyway, so yeah, with this, I'm gonna maybe do a little bit of editing on the vlog today, just to kind of get it into some shape, so that I can get that up early next week, and then this can go up, you know, later in the week, and then I'm gonna figure out some tax stuff because I just realized it's February, which means it's like tax season. Woo, taxes! Yeah, here's your reminder to do your taxes from me. I'm supposed to be a responsible adult, so I'm gonna remind you, do your taxes. What am I saying? I'll give you your dog update for the day. So yeah, the dogs are gonna join me. They've been fed and walked, and they got their greenie for the morning, and he doesn't even want to show me his face. And here's my other baby. Say hi, babies. Say hi to the internet. I just got major side eye from this one. Yeah, you guys missed it. Anyway, okay. I'm going to bed. Going to bed? I'm going to read. Over there, not in bed. Right next to that dog. I'll hop back in when I have something to update you with and let you know how I feel. I mean, if I have to DNF it, I'll DNF it. If it's really that bad. But I really like to hope that it's not. Yeah. That's that. Okay guys, so I'm gonna take a little break because might just need a little break. I'm 130 pages into Infinity Son, and boy, is there a lot that's going on in like, there's a lot that's going on in this book. And it's a little difficult to keep it all like straight. You've got like 2 different kinds of super powered beings that like are, one's goodish, one's evil. You've got a chosen one. You've got nods to police violence, pulls a lot on like the Black Lives Matter movement, with police violence against a minority group. I mean, it's like a different kind of minority group, but it's making a statement about that. I think there's actually a lot that's going on in this. We're gonna have to see how it ends, because like I said, I've read some conflicting reviews on this, but I mean, it's very fast paced and there's a lot jam packed into it. So I'm curious to see how it goes on, and how it finishes up. But yeah, for now I'm gonna take a little break, to just kind of maybe watch a little TV for like an hour or so and give my eyes a break for a minute. Anyway, but I will definitely finish this in this afternoon, and I can start spinning silver after that. So I think we're on track for a good reading weekend. I finished Infinity Son, and it's all right. There was a lot in it that I actually enjoyed, I think. And I only say I think because there was so much that was going on in this, and there was so much action that like I feel like some of the exposition was missing. I mean, it's there, but I think this book is trying to do a lot. It maybe could have been a bigger book. Like, you could have gone the route of like a Cassandra Clare and given us like a 600-page book and given us a lot more information, a lot more interaction between the characters, and it would have been a little bit better, I think. But I mean, it was all right. So I think I gave it like 3.5 stars. That's what I'm thinking right now. I might change my mind, but you know, like, I'm interested to see what happens. I mean, it ends on a cliffhanger. There's magical creatures in it, which is cool, and I would have liked more time with. So I'm saying, like, I would have liked some more time. Like, I would have liked some more time with the magical creatures. I would have liked some more time with some of the side characters, not just these 2 brothers. Because like crazy stuff happens to the side characters, and I'm just not that emotionally connected to them because I don't really know a ton about them. So like, give me some more time with them. Give me some more character building and relationship building and world building and exposition on the whole backstories and everything. But I mean, it was very interesting. I could see it as like a Netflix show, actually, because there is so much action. And you have so many characters and all that. So, I mean, it wasn't awful. I'm glad I read it. Yeah. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I might try to edit for a bit, maybe watch some TV, and then I'm going to start spinning silver. So that's a bit of a longer book, so I'd like to get some of that done. Anyway, we're gonna say hi, Turbo. All right, he's the best. Okay, I'm gonna take a little break from reading, and I will let you know. I will check back in when I start spinning silver. So I'm not gonna lie, my last check-in was hours ago. The sun has gone down. It has snowed. Ooh, I'm hitting myself in the face. The sun has gone down. It has snowed, and I still have not started reading my next book because I'm actually really scared to read this because I'm nervous that I'm really not gonna like it. And I know that like last month, Second Chances went really well for me, and I ended up loving The Starless Sea. I ended up loving the rest of A Court of Thorns and Roses. I know that I should give things second chances, but I'm just nervous. So it is now 6:30. I literally have killed hours. Like, I've done anything and everything that I could do to avoid picking up this book. And now I'm going to pick it up because I have to start, because it's 466 pages. And if I want to finish this by tomorrow, end of day tomorrow, I need to start today. And I don't want to stay up super late tonight because I did that last night. So I have to start this. So I've teed up the audiobook. I've paired my headphones, and we're just gonna do this shit. Okay, so I'm not in bed yet, clearly, because dog's couch, living room. But I had to stop for a second. I just finished chapter 5. And I will be honest with you, I've had the audiobook playing, I've had the book going in front of me as well, and I've been very distracted. And something just happened in chapter 5, and I'm like, wait, what? And suddenly I'm engaged in this book. I may still hate this. We are 58 pages in, and my head just like snapped to attention. I had to stop and do an update. Story prior to this is like a little bit boring. I'll be honest with you, like I know why I never made it this far, because it's like kind of boring until I get to like the very end of chapter 5. I'm like blah blah blah, okay, key thing, blah 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 blah. Suddenly I'm standing at attention. So maybe this is worth a second chance. I don't know. Okay, so I'm in bed, and I'm about 90 something, almost 100 pages into Spinning Silver, and it's not as bad as I originally thought. It's also like, it's not great. Like, I'm not totally connecting to it, and I'm trying to read it. I'm trying to do audiobook. Usually if I do audiobook with the text, like I can really get immersed into the book, and I like can breeze through things, but it's just not working for this in the same ways it does with other books, which is kind of frustrating. But I don't hate it, so I think I'm gonna keep going. I usually like to give until like the midway point, or like the 200 page mark, which is usually the midway point in most books I read, before I decide to DNF things, unless it's that one book I DNF'd this last month. What was it? Like My Sister the Serial Killer. I made it 27 pages, and I was like, I can't. I was gonna stab myself in the temple. But anyway, was covered in a different video. We don't need to cover it here. I think I'm going to read one more chapter. The third female has been introduced. So I thought there were 3 females. So the third female has been introduced. I'm hoping that now that you're getting all 3 main females together in the story, that it will get a little bit more interesting, because we have all 3 women here, right? You have all 3 main characters. The story should start to pick up. So we'll see. So I'm gonna read one more chapter before I go to bed. I should be able to finish this book by tomorrow, basically. I'll read one more chapter tonight, and then I should be able to finish it tomorrow. Yeah, and then we'll figure out what I'm gonna do after that, because another library hold came in. Like, I had this one library hold that has been saying that I'm gonna have it, it's like 2 weeks away, for at least 3 months. It said that it's been 2 weeks away for 3 months. So that's some of my problem, because like I can't trust the like timing on my Libby app. I love my Libby app, but the timing, at least with my libraries, it's a lie. Trying to beat down my Libby, like knock down my Libby holds list, and they just keep coming. It's a little ridiculous, because this should have come weeks ago. But anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. For now, we're gonna knock this one off the list, and then we're gonna reevaluate after I'm done with this, because there's only so many weeks in February. Anyway, reading should not be stressful, so I'm not gonna be stressed out. I'm gonna try this. If I don't like it at some point and I don't want to read it anymore, I'll stop reading it and I'll move on to the next thing. The only thing I can say is the book that came in on my Libby hold is short, so I can get through it quickly. that's it. All right. I will check in again tomorrow, and we'll see where we're at. Good morning. I'm trying to do a thumbnail for the vlog from last week, and yeah, so that's what's happening. And apparently Turbo doesn't know why I'm sitting on the floor. Anyway, so updates. So I did keep reading this last night for longer than I meant to, because it like suddenly started to pick up. So now on chapter 11, it's getting really good. Like, but this is a really slow build. So I think that's why I didn't like it. And I think doing the audiobook has helped a lot, but like, yeah, I don't think, I get why I didn't read this before, because you've got to wait like at least 100 and something pages for you to get all 3 main characters. And then and only then does the plot start to pick up. As we get closer to the 150 page mark, I'm getting more and more invested in this, but like, it's a long time. There's a lot of text on these pages. There's a lot that's going on in here. And for me to keep getting distracted, like, oh, I mean, I get why I didn't read this book before. I didn't finish it the last time. So it's getting interesting now. Like, suddenly there's magic. There's like this evil fire. I don't know what the evil fire is. I feel like I missed something somewhere because I keep getting distracted, so I may have to flip back. I'm not gonna explain who has evil fire or what the evil fire is. I don't want to spoil everything, but like, in case you were compelled to read this really old fantasy fairy tale weird book, but I don't know if it's just like a secret that I just saw when it first came out and like it's being revealed to me now, or if there was always something and I just missed, like there were little hints that I just missed because again I keep getting distracted. But whatever, I'm enjoying it more now, so that's great. Less great is the fact that I now have library holds that came in for for physical books that I actually have. I have 2 more that came in. So Fangirl, which is fine because I was on my TBR, I don't mind that. The Water Dancer, which is fine because I've been wanting to read this. This is the one that's been said that's going to come for 2 weeks, in 2 weeks for like 6 months. So it's finally here, and I have 20 days on that one at least. So, you know, if I don't get to this in February, it at least will take me, you know, I'll get to this, if I can do this by the end of February, that's for sure. And this is something I definitely have wanted to read, and I think it's supposed to be like a brilliant read, and it's kind of good for Black History Month, I guess, because I think it's kind of about slavery. And yes, but this was not on my list. So I got 2 off. I'm getting 2 library holds off, and they put 2 on like in the last 24 hours. I can't win. And then this has been on there forever. And I have like 5 days or 9 days left of this. So when I finish Spinning Silver, I'm gonna have to start this. My whole TBR has changed. But once I read Fangirl, I will be halfway through the 10 books I picked for the month. But we'll get there. We'll get there. All right, I'm gonna stop this because now I'm just rambling and whining. All right, guys, update time. So I'm on chapter 17 of Spinning Silver, and I don't know how I feel about this book. I just don't know. I mean, like, is it better than I thought it was going to be? Yes. Do I actually give a shit about any of these characters? I don't think I do. But at this point, like, I'm so close to getting to the end. You know, it's only 466 pages. It's like a few more hours of reading. Like, I think I just make some tea and I finish it and we'll see what happens. But like, are there some interesting things that are happening in this? Sure. It looks like there's 2 universes almost that are happening simultaneously, and that's kind of cool. There's definitely some like witchery, sorcery, demonic things happening, and the writing is okay. I just don't know if I care. I just don't know if I care. That's the bottom line. I don't know if I care about this book. And it's going to kind of irritate me if I get through this whole thing and I just don't care because I have so many other things I could be reading. But that's all right. You gotta, sometimes you win some, you lose some. You know, Second Chances worked really well for me in January. Maybe Second Chances won't be as good. So I was trying to say before I got jumped on by a dog is that, you know, Second Chances worked really well for me in January. Maybe it's just not my thing in February. Maybe February, I only want to read good things in February. Second Chances don't work. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm just not motivated to read this book. I'm still not motivated to read this book. It's been over a year and I'm still not motivated. I mean, I'm more motivated because I made it past page 30, but I just don't give a shit. It might not be written for me. This calls for some tea. I'm gonna try to finish this book. And I will probably unhaul this book. So if this is something that you have wanted to read and my lovely review of it isn't discouraging you from reading this, it's not a bad book, it just might not be my book. But let me know if this is something that you wanted to read. You can, I can, and you're in these states, I can media mail this to you for cheap and I will send it to you. I mean, the women are kind of interesting. It's cool that you have these 3 very strong female characters. But like, I don't know. I think I just need more. I either need like more action or more sex or more just something with like some grit. I don't know. Shut up, Alyssa. My tea's ready. Goodbye. I've got approximately 100 pages left in Spinning Silver. It's 5:30, so it's hours since my last update. I, yet again, got bored. So, I mean, I didn't get bored. There was something crazy that happened. And it was really exciting. And then, actually this time I got like preemptively bored. I got nervous that the next thing that was gonna happen was gonna be not interesting. Sorry, it's seltzer time, I'm thirsty still. So I just stopped reading and I did other things. Like I edited my vlog, which is super long. Why my first vlog is like, I need to learn to shut up is basically what it is. Hopefully this one is not as long as the next one since it's only over 3 days instead of 5. And I'm not updating as much. But yeah, so I need to get back to this book is basically the point of this check-in, is that I have 100 pages left. I need to just power through them and get this thing done so that I can move on to the next thing that's on my Libby list. Because right now we are just kind of like, we have to be like business-like and on a mission, and like this is stuff we have to get done. So while that uploads, I'm gonna get back to this. I've got some food I made. I would show you, but it's not interesting. It's literally like chicken fingers with some vodka sauce and cheese because that's all I had in the house because I did not leave the house today. I don't leave the house a lot. Not if I can help it. Anyway, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna be a good little reader, a good little bookstagrammer, a good little booktuber, a good book reviewer, and I'm gonna read. I just don't really like this book. Okay. So, one, we can talk about my crazy ass outfit because it's cold. I got cold, okay? So I had to put my like big thing on. It's a big thing. Oh, you don't need to see my clothing chair. Nobody needs to see my clothing chair. So, this is my final check-in from my reading weekend, okay? And I'm gonna take a shower. I look like an insane person right now. But that's what happens when you read for like 3 days straight and you barely leave your house. So I finished Spinning Silver, much to my dismay. Second Chances did not work out as well for me this month so far. So don't really know how I feel about this book because the writing's really good. And I think in general, the story's kind of interesting. You've got 3 really strong female characters. There seems to be like a gay reference that's just kind of like thrown in there. And I don't know why, unless I missed something and it wasn't a gay thing and that character who's trying to crawl into the other character's bed isn't actually a man. But anyway, it just felt like, to add some diversity, here's a random nod to gayness. But I think my problem is that I just didn't engage me enough. So I think I gave it like 3 stars because it actually is quite a good book. I like the 3 women are really interesting. I just feel like there was a lot said, and I also don't feel like I know what happened in some ways. It was like, I guess I just didn't like it. Let's just be honest. I'm not going to try to come up with an articulate way for me to say, I just didn't like this. I just didn't like this as much as I had hoped I would. I didn't like it first time. I didn't like it the second time. At least I finished it the second time. I think getting the audiobook was a good idea. I think that helped a little. But, I mean, there's just things that, like, happened in here. Like, there's things I still don't understand. There's plot devices that happen that I still don't completely understand why they happened or how they worked or if they worked. So it's just problematic for me, this whole book, and it didn't engage me, and I hate that because I know that a lot of people really love this book, and I can't, and I need somebody to explain to me what I'm missing. But the women are really badass. So, I mean, I gotta give her that. And it's really well written, but it's just not a me book, man. It might be a you book, but it's not a me book. I'm a freaking mess. I gotta get out of my big comfy sweater thing, and I gotta take a nice hot shower. And then I guess tomorrow, or maybe right before bed, I will start A Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy, which matches my hair. This is next up on the list. And then we'll go from there. Maybe Fangirl after this. I don't know if I'm ready for The Water Dancer yet. And then I have Scythe this weekend. So that's generally the plan. I guess this, Fangirl, Scythe this weekend, and then anything else I can fit in. I'm not going to do a vlog this week because I have an unboxing. So I have something arriving tomorrow, which will be in the past when you see this. And so that'll get videoed. Yeah, so you'll have to wait for another vlog if you even like these vlogs. I don't really know. Anyway, goodbye. That's it. I can't keep talking about it because the last vlog was almost 50 minutes long. What the hell's wrong with me? Shut up, Alyssa. I'm taking a shower. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. Thank you. If you really enjoyed this, like, subscribe, send this to people. Send this to your friends. I'm gonna stop yelling at this camera now.